engine oil. Can you hear that hissing? Yeah. So that ain't supposed to happen. I can see where it's popping out. I mean, you can see it's coming out all up on the top side. I mean, it's shiny. It's fucked. I gotta find a safe place for my evidence, and I gotta. I mean, that's a lot of fucking oil. God damn it. It's still hissing. Oh, you can see it now. I'm not sure if you can see the steam. I'm hoping it's just a blown seal, but I don't have the technical abilities to take that apart and put it back together. I got some engine oil I can put back in it when it gets cooled down. Obviously, you can see my battery is not where it's supposed to be. That's the battery. And that little tiny cubby hole is where the battery is supposed to go. But this battery is about 2 to 3 times what is supposed to go in here. We know how Nazi these guys can get. They might pretend like I'm trying to destroy their wildlife and destroy their this, that, and the other. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some of that dirt there, and we'll throw it along the edge of where that is. That way we can soak up at least part of that oil and keep it from spreading. We'll have to pick up the dirt afterwards because it'll be contaminated, but fuck, of all the shit to have happen, right? Well, story of my life. I know I'm supposed to be throwing a tantrum and all that to make you guys think I'm crazy right now. I just ain't got the fucking energy to pretend on that shit. Obviously, there's a bunch of shit that's fucking obvious. For those of you who are possibly mechanics, you guys might know better than me on this stuff. I knew it probably wasn't a good idea to keep my vehicle running like that, especially as hot as it's been, and overexerting it, and it's not looking like any of the dirt here is going to be loose enough to even stop that. So I guess we'll have to shut the hood, pretend like my car's not busted for right now. Hopefully I get paid on the 1st, and again, probably all of my money is going to go to my vehicle, just like last month, just like the month before, just like the month before that. Alright. Also, I'm not sure how many of y'all watched the video the other day where I was looking through the river rocks at the marina, and I saw a white rock that I stopped to look at, and it ended up being a piece of soap. Well, this is what I thought it was. It's part of a shell. Alright. So, I guess we'll grab our external battery and take a walk and try to vent a little bit, walk off some steam. Damn. My life is not important. My evidence is. I want you to remember that. My life is not important. My evidence is. with my vehicle being all busted to shit now, I gotta try to be inventive about another solution. God, this is just obviously unfavorable conditions, but that's the way life goes. I still got a cigarette and a half from Deanna. And I got the halfie right here, and here's the full cigarette. We'll walk down to the marina. It's a pretty close walk. It's not exactly a comfortable walk. It's not exactly a pleasant walk after what, 3 days of walking, whole bunch of walking, me overexerting my back like an idiot. I gotta put this stuff down. I got some hitchhikers in my shoe. Obviously, that's a figure of speech. If you don't understand that figure of speech, it means that I have a rock or a sticker in my shoe. And of course, since I'm wearing ankle socks, pretty much everything gets inside of the sock and gets annoying and aggravating. And then, of course, I got stickers at the hem of my pants to keep stabbing them in the ankles. But that's a little shit, right? That pales in comparison with my vehicle. I need it. Alright, let me see. Okay, that one's clean. Alright, that's one shoe. Look at the other one taken care of. I also got to urinate. Spent all my money on gas though, so I can't afford to go into the bathroom at the Shell station. They'd probably let me because I am a frequent customer, but it depends on who's working, because some people, well, not some people, everybody there is pleasant except for one lady. And, well, if she's working, I don't want to go in anyway. There's no need for that kind of rudeness, and that for surely is not customer service. I got my pockets full of my external batteries, and got my phone recording. Got an external battery plugged into it, so we're good to go walking. Shit, it's spreading out. Although the resolution on my phone makes it difficult to see it now that it's getting darker. Oh, what fun, right? Alright. Anybody watching want to tell me something good? Anything decent happening? Yeah, I'll drive it with a blown head gasket. If that's what's wrong with it, I know that running it like that, running it hot, will result in a lot of warpage, especially because it's an aluminum engine. I'm hoping with it hissing out like that, I'll get somebody who's a mechanic that'll know what the hell's up and at least be able to explain it to me. I don't I don't think they're going to let me work on it in that parking lot. A lot of places have ordinances against that. I'm not going to bother showing you all the garbage on the side of the road here. Like I said, I do have OCD. That's obsessive compulsive disorder. I can't stand being filthy. It drives me nuts. The thing that really helped me to sort of get over that is being homeless, because you don't always have the availability even for toilet paper. So that's life, right? We're going past Tumalum Lumber, and of course, those people we're thankful for, or at least I am. They helped me get my vehicle running when I first got here. Not much I could do. As long as I think I got 1 quart of oil left. As long as we keep oil in it, we should be able to drive ourselves at least from one parking space to another. Maybe drive down to the marina once or twice if extremely needed. And hopefully that young man Fernando will stop by, offer me some help, because I could sure use it. Again, talking to my phone. I don't have any friends to talk to here. Of course, like the folks at Astro, they're nice to me. I don't go to their barbecues or anything of that nature. Just seeing them and meeting them where they're working, getting to know them where they're working. And of course, we'll continue on our merry way. We got 1 viewer left, no comments, so apparently it's not that important, right? The reality of what we live through, no matter what you guys want to do, whether you want to look the other way or do something about it, we're still going through it. Whether you want to acknowledge our presence or ignore us completely, we still exist. Whether you want to acknowledge the hardships of our life or pretend like we're all on vacation and everything is fine and dandy and an easy skate for us, that doesn't stop the reality of the situation for us. No matter how much you look away, we're still in this situation. No matter how many excuses you make, we're still in this situation. And the more excuses you make, the more the cops spend thousands of dollars like they did this morning. And I guesstimate between $5,000 and $8,000, between $5,000 and $12,000. It probably cost approximately $5,000. And of course, it's government work. They'll try to increase it. They had officers from, of course, multiple different departments, all friends, all covering each other's asses, all saying it's not our fault, blah, fucking blah. But we're just doing our jobs. We're just doing our jobs. As I said, I do understand that, according to most of y'all, we should be killing these people. I understand that most of y'all, your mentality is stuck on that. I also understand how many bodies it will take for that to be effective, and it's a lot more bodies than you guys think. I mean, there's these guys who go, oh, well, you know, if somebody just shot Biden, everything would be fine. If someone just shot Trump, everything would be fine. No, it wouldn't. That's just the figurehead. We got over 350 million citizens in the United States. You cannot blame everything on Trump. You cannot blame everything on Biden. Well, you can, but it shows how fucking delusional you goddamn idiots are. Be smarter than that. Now we're gonna go down to the marina. We're down by the Portland White Salmon via toll bridge thing. Interstate 84. Since it's topside, I'm hoping that it's just a blown gasket. That ought to be pretty cheap. Should be under $100. It's just a little 4-banger, so it ain't got a lot of juice to it. It's not got a lot of complicated, well, complicated enough. It's fuel injected and not carbureted. So it's a little bit beyond my scope. Alright, we're of course waiting on the stoplight. This external battery is out of juice now, so time to plug in another one. Alright. Crap. I'm gonna charge up to 12% off of that one at least. And then we got the garbage here. This was from probably a few homeless people who stayed there. It looks like there's a little added trash there now. Of course, we can't clean the whole town. There's only one of me. And when I say we, I do also include you viewers if you're watching. I figure if you're viewers, you're witnessing at least some of what I'm doing. Whether you speak up about it or not, it doesn't matter. People are going to do what they're going to do. People are evil. People are selfish. The more people you get together, the more selfish, the more evil they get. Most people don't do mean things because they're evil. They do mean things because they're scared. And of course, with all this propaganda against the homeless, and then the added influence of having all of the nuthatches dumped off on the streets in the 1980s, now you guys just pretend that everybody on the streets must have been a drop-off from the 80s. You guys haven't paid much attention to American histories. The 80s were a terrible time. They were a terrible time for people in the system especially. Same thing with the 70s and the 60s. In the 90s, we got some reforms, but by the late 90s, we got rid of all of those reforms. Now, let's see. The marina's on that side. I'm right over there with the Port of Hood River sign. That's where I was panhandling earlier. That's the Shell station. Of course, we've done this tour before, haven't we? But this is also familiarity for me. Shell station, the Starbucks there, the Chevron, and the McDonald's. This has been kind of sort of my safe place since I got here, except for police making any excuse they can. I think, oh, go ahead. One of the things about the steam on my car, if it was a blown case, then there would be radiator fluid mixed with it, and the radiator fluid mixed with the oil creates a sud, kind of like, soap bubbles, turns it into a milky white. And since the oil didn't look like that, I'm reasonably sure that it's not actually like blown. It should be just a gasket. But again, I don't have a lot of experience with auto, just fixing my own stuff. Every day I wished for a friend, and every night I wished for a friend. Closest I really got here is Dean. He's the only one that actually hangs out with me, and now I don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know where he's gonna stay. I don't know where he's gonna put himself. And of course, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself either. A lot of people type stuff at me like, well, I hope things get better. Well, they won't get better unless you guys get involved. They won't get better until you care enough to do something more than say, I'm sorry and I hope things get better. I don't want to travel to go see another person offering to help me that turns out to be an alcoholic or strung out on meth. I can't handle that. I can't take care of myself. I sure as hell shouldn't be trying to take care of Rihanna Ingersoll while she's smacking around two kids that aren't hers and aren't mine. I'm expected to be the adult in that situation, and I'm barely holding on. Now that Rihanna's dead, like it hurts me. Yeah, she did wrong things, and yeah, I had to call the cops a few times because of her smacking them kids around, but that doesn't mean I didn't love her. That meant that I didn't want them kids getting smacked around. That makes sense? It ought to. I don't always know the right thing to do. I know what I've been taught I'm supposed to do. I also know that alone, doing those things doesn't make any difference. When you're homeless, you're not a human being. No cop in America is going to even pretend that you're a human being unless they're monitored. And that's just stupid. Obviously, with my vehicle, it was still running. It was still running when I approached it. I mean, it wasn't so screwed up that it did the clinky clank thing and then just stopped. So, I mean, there's hope, right? I don't know. Well, there's kind of a little bit of a sheen to the marina tonight. We'll see if you can actually see it. Probably not. This thing doesn't have real good resolution at night. A lot of people tell me, well, you should go talk to the churches. One thing that I can tell you is that my experience with churches is that they don't actually help. There's a few select people within a church that might actually believe their own bullshit, but for the most part, no, none of those people actually believe their bullshit. They play for the crowd. When you got 90 people playing for the crowd, and you got 10 people who are actually trying, well, that's 10 people doing the work of 100. That's just too much. So you get some good folks in the church sometimes, but that don't mean the preacher's going to be any good. It don't mean he's not going to touch your kids. We get to see how this religious thing, it's used by a lot of different people to manipulate. It's used by addicts to manipulate. It's used by sexual predators to manipulate. It's used by monetary scammers to manipulate. And of course, all this manipulation doesn't do any good for any of the actual victims. With the situation with Natalie, having to go to my family, knowing that my family is a bunch of fucking predators, I already knew it weren't going to do me no good to go to them. I tried anyway, didn't I? I tried going to him. I tried going to my dad. I tried going to my mom. I tried going to my sister. My sister didn't try being on board until December of last year. Nope, that's not true, is it? It would have been January of this year. My sister tried to help. And she was intimidated by the local cops and some asswipe from Colorado threatening her and my niece. I'm not going to stop speaking out. I'm not going to stop fighting for what's right. What the poor are going through in this country is not right. What the homeless are going through in this country is not right. What the disabled are going through in this country is not right. And you guys using senseless shit like love and light. Saying love and light doesn't stop this shit. It doesn't get actively involved, does it? But love and light, sure, whatever. The charge that we have on our phone now and on our batteries is, well, it's pretty much all we get at this point. And again, I don't know if people might be commenting. I'm hoping so, because I'm tired of talking to myself. I'm really hoping for some sort of interaction here. I need a friendly voice. I need to try to get my mind off the fact that this is a Jim Morrison song. This is the end. My only friend, the end. Why couldn't someone stop and look at the evidence in person when I was there? Why did they have to be alcoholics? Why did they have to be meth addicts? They didn't. Somebody sober could offer to help and actually helped. So I guess there's a area up there that's playing some music tonight. I'll go stand close enough to listen. You guys are free to go on that ride with me. Well, that walk. Would have been nice to hear my older brother's voice, but he's such a pleasant feller. If he wanted to type at me, I needed to stick my mouth on a muffler. Well, thank you, Eric, for telling me to kill myself instead of pretending I'm a human being for even 5 minutes for the last 5 years. The last time me and my older brother spoke was at my grandma's funeral in April of 2018. That's the last time I heard his voice. And he was so fucked up coming down off of meth, barely knew what the hell was going on. Brought a whole container full of bad weed, full of cat hair. And he thought my sister could sell that and make some money. She's like, Eric, I don't know what to do with that. I don't want to smoke cat hair. And no, I'm not a drug dealer. People who smoke that meth, man, their brains don't fucking work. They do stupid shit. I mean, not just the fact that it was the sheer quantity of pot that they came across the border with. He also came across a border with it. That takes it from being a state offense to being a federal offense. And that means federal prison. Lucky for him, statute of limitations is over. Problem is, Eric doesn't stop to think. He didn't stop to think about the potential consequences for Tara. He didn't stop to think about how his stupidity in bringing that across the border could have resulted in our little sister going to prison and losing her daughter to the system. Now, at that point in time, Riley had had an aneurysm. There's no way he could have taken care of my niece. But Eric just didn't stop to think about it. Just like these folks who wanted to tell me they wanted to help me. But then instead of looking at evidence and helping me share that evidence with the public and with the media, they just wanted to argue about their conspiracy theories. Their drunken goddamn conspiracy theories. And there's stuff like with Shannon Alvarado, because I have difficulties showing people this stuff on the internet, especially with the sheer volume of it. And it takes all of this extra computer work in order to try to send it over the internet and get it to who it needs to, and to try to make sure that it's in public what my intent and my purpose is. But no matter what, it doesn't matter. Because my predators call me mentally ill and do whatever the fuck they want. Over and over and over and over and over again. Here I am, I got 4 viewers and I'm still talking to myself. Maybe I'll run into somebody in town who could use a couple of cheap jokes. I give them out for free. I know that most of my viewers are assholes who watched a true crime thing. Most of them didn't even follow through the whole true crime thing to find out whether or not I did kill Natalie. Spoiler alert, she paid Joseph Michael Lopez, a pizza delivery boy who used to work at Domino's. She paid him a gun and her purse to blow her head off. So, if that's what you guys are here for, there's your spoiler alert. No, I didn't kill Natalie. This is what it's really like. That situation with Dean this morning. Anybody who didn't see that fucking coming is a goddamn idiot. Anybody who wants to make excuses for that is a horrible excuse for a human being. "38 minutes, almost 40 minutes this video is. Still not a single person out of everyone who's clicked on to watch. Not one person has made a comment. Well, let's see how much battery's left on this one. It's blinking on 0. And the phone is up to, come on. That hurt. 20% charge. So, oh, come on now. So we're screwed. That car is bright in my eyes. Alright, so my phone apparently wanted to do some sort of brightness adjust thing. We got one more external battery we can hook up and then we're done. With my engine oil pouring out all over the ground. Obviously I'm not going to be able to use my car to charge up my electronics. And I'm going to have to worry about them getting stolen. My life doesn't matter, my evidence does. without somebody looking at my evidence and actually caring enough to speak up instead of say they're fucking sorry. I don't have a reason to live. I'll never be able to see my loved ones again. I'll never have an honest court date ever again. No matter how good a person I am, it's never going to be enough. No matter how good a person I am, I'll never be considered a human being to your society. Back to my car, my ginormous oil slick, and my mountain of evidence nobody will look at, not even if I show up in person like they asked. They said, hey man, if you were here, and then I get there, and they don't. Those if you were here's become night after night, after night, after night, after night of alcohol-induced screaming or meth-induced drama. And I'm not allowed to say anything or I'm a horrible friend. So, again, we're at getting close to 45 minutes and I'm still just talking to myself. You guys don't know what this is like. 6 years of this. 6 years of it. 6 years of it. 6 years of moving. 6 years of taking my evidence everywhere I go, hoping somebody gives a shit to look and speak. Look at my fucking evidence and speak up. God damn it. I'm not doing this for your fucking entertainment. With the sheer number of bodies in this situation, I don't get how you guys can call yourselves good people. You know better than that. You already know that you're not. You already know that you're completely full of shit before that ever leaves your mouth. You say to lead by example, I certainly do. I certainly do lead by example. I believe in doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Now, many of you, you don't know the right thing to do. Oh, I know what this is now. This is that little thing that I found. This is for poking in the little hole on the side of your telephone. Oh, no, we don't want to hit that Volvo and leave a blue streak on it. See if we have a tobacco in here large enough to smoke. Might have part of one from earlier. Oh, that ain't it. I'm pretty sure I smoked the whole thing, though. Yes, there it is. I did. So, we know what happens as soon as the camera dies. That gives them free rein to do whatever they want. I don't have other devices that I can record on, so whatever it is they choose to do, they'll get away with. They'll tell me it'll take an act of God to get it, and so on and so forth. Your hatred for the homeless is what does this. Your hatred for the homeless is why we are victimized and murdered by police. Well, we got a little teeny tiny bit of charge. We got a external battery that has 1 bar on it. If we're lucky, it'll take us up to 28%. I'm gonna end this video and try to convince myself that there's hope. Alright, let's walk into town. That was not a velociraptor, that was a belch.